Hey there, my name is Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga. So happy that you're joining me today. The only props that you'll need for our slow flow today, blocks if you like to use them. They're really handy if you have a bit of tightness in your hamstrings or your low back causes you a little bit of pain. It's always nice to have a block so we can keep a flat back, and I can explain that a little bit more later. And a blanket is nice too. We're going to start standing up today, but if we get on the ground and we start working on our knees, if you have some pain in your knees, it would be really nice and beneficial to go ahead and make them comfortable in your practice today. So if you need to, you can pause the video to get your props, and then we'll be ready when you get back. All right, so let's go ahead and begin in our mountain pose. So in mountain pose, you can draw the feet together if you'd like. You can let them be about hip distance apart. And remember, your hip is, you find these little two bony parts, your little headlights here, and those are your hip bones. So your feet can be directly below those if you want a point of reference. Now we want to keep our pelvis in a neutral position as well. And a way to figure out if your pelvis is neutral, thumbs to your little bony headlights here and find the top of your pubic bone with your pointer fingers. And then you can just kind of rock back and forth and kind of see, you'll notice when the pelvis is tilting forward, when you're tilting it back. And then we just want to find a nice neutral position. So we're kind of up and down, not leaning forward, not leaning back. And then once you find that space, you can go ahead and release the hands. We're just going to zip up gently through the belly into the low ribs to really stabilize ourselves. And we want to give our spine support as well. So tailbone is relaxed in that neutral spine, relaxing the shoulders down. We don't have to roll them back or anything like that. We're just relaxing the arms in a nice neutral position. Fingertips can be open if you'd like. Let the chin be parallel to the floor. So pressing into the soles of the feet, just making contact, checking in on all the toes, noticing the inner arch, the outer part of the foot, and the heel. And if you want, you can find a gentle rock forward and back. And then from here, find some stillness and just lengthen through the spine. Remember, we're connecting a little bit to the core, zipping that up to give some stabilization to our spine. Gaze can be forward if you'd like. You can close your eyes for just a few moments, or you can take your gaze down to the floor if that feels better for you. And I just want to send out the invitation to come into this little sacred space that we've created for ourselves today. Wherever you are, morning, noon, or night, it's so awesome that you are taking this time out to be with yourself. I know for a lot of people it's hard to sit with themselves, and I understand. I've definitely been there. When I found my yoga practice, though, it's like this time is so sacred. Not just to get into the body, but to help clear the mind, clear the stinking thinking, the monkey mind, the thoughts that keep circulating and circulating. And it's a wonderful opportunity to remember that, we're not our thoughts. Thoughts are just things. They just come and go. They just pop in. They're like weird commercials, But there's nothing that we can do to control them. Unfortunately, we can't turn, the brain off completely. Although meditation does help. But we just got to meet ourselves where we are. So where are you right now? Ask yourself, how are you feeling? Notice any spaces in the body that are trying to talk to you. Does anything feel tight? Are you holding anywhere? I kind of feel myself gripping in my quads, so I'm going to give my knees just a little bend because I don't want to hyperextend through that space. And just take a few more breaths here. See if you can just come to this space and settle. Settle into the breathing. Your inhales and exhales. And then see if you can begin to come to the toes. And as you inhale, imagine this sense of energy drawing up from the soles of the feet into the ankles, all the way up through the calves, past the knees, the legs, through the front of the body, and maybe even you feel yourself getting a little taller, maybe either just in your mind or maybe it actually does happen. We want to be careful to let our ribs rest though. We don't want to draw the ribs up because that's going to cause an arc in the back. So just letting the ribs rest where they are and breathing that energy up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, see if you can release it down the back body and feel it kind of cascade down the back, across your bottom, down the legs, into the heels. Let's do that again. A nice big breath in, pulling that energy up the body. Brand new breath, brand new moment. And let it go down the body as if whatever burden you're carrying is just melting off of your shoulder, even if it's just for a second. Even if you can just give yourself that one just tiny little moment where you feel relaxed and as if you've released whatever it is that you might be carrying around. That's where we begin, in this tiny little space. Breathing in again. Release it down. Good. If your eyes are closed, you can begin to just kind of bat the eyelashes open. And then take an inhale. We're going to draw the hands up and over the head, crossing and grabbing the elbows with your fingertips. So we're still letting our tailbone relax, right? Shoulders are relaxed, but we've got a little bit of a stretch through the armpits here. And just notice how this feels. And if you can't grab your elbows, you can clasp at the wrists or, even the hands, anywhere in between, whatever feels good. We're not pushing ourselves here. We're just noticing for now. So notice whatever arm you have wrapped on top. We're going to take an inhale and we're going to exhale towards that side. So my right arm is wrapped on top. I'm just going to stretch to the right. Get a little stretch through the bicep, the tricep, through my side body. You can anchor your weight into your left foot. And again, we're kind of hugging up through the belly. Nice and sturdy, nice and steady. And then when you're ready, breathe in and up. And let's go ahead and switch our arms and exhale to the opposite side. So we're getting a sweet deep stretch on the right side or the left side, whatever side you're on. Breathing into it, dropping your weight into that foot, whatever side that you're drawing your that you're bending towards, press into that opposite foot. And just breathe. And then engage the belly, and on an inhale, come on back up. Release the breath. This time we're going to take the hands and we're going to clasp them together at the base of the skull, letting your thumbs kind of rest down the neck here. So you've got this sweet little cradle for your head. And we're going to take an inhale and open up through the elbows and lean back a little, letting your head cradle into your hand. So if you feel this in your low back, see what happens when you pull your low belly in just a little bit. And you might even engage through your glutes. See if that eases that a little bit. Good. Come on back up. Take an inhale. Reach those clasped hands above your head. And exhale. We're going to come forward. So we're rotating down at the hip crease. We're coming into kind of a number 7 here, the shape of a 7 or an L. Make sure you have a little buoyancy in the knees. Engage in the belly, rock into your heels, maybe bend a little into the knees and come on back up. Good. Release the breath. Inhale again. Exhale, forward fold. Just about halfway. We're stretching through the side body still. And then inhale, connecting to the soles of the feet first, the quads, the belly, maybe the glutes, and up we go. Go ahead and release the arms so they're directly out from your shoulders. Palms are in kind of like, stop position. Nestle the shoulders down and just get this nice sweet stretch in your the lower part of your arm underneath. And then we're gonna rotate the shoulders. Bring them up towards your ears, not the ears towards your shoulders. Bring those shoulders up towards the ears. Nice little rotation here, keeping those fingers pointed towards the ceiling as best as you can. A few more times. Here we go. Good. Let's turn the fingers down now, and we're going to rotate the shoulders back and forward. This looks a little funny. That's okay. Feels good. Your arms might be getting tired. If you need to rest, you can. Do one more. Circle up and back. Open those palms out and exhale. Give yourself a hug. Doesn't matter which arm's on top. Just give yourself a little hug here. And then find a gentle rotation from side to side. Good. Open again. And exhale. Opposite hand on top. Finding the hug. Giving yourself a little nurturing opportunity here. Open the arms again and relax them down. Shake them out if you need to. So we're going to come into our goddess squat. So walk those feet out, and we want to make sure that we're not doing this. We want to have a nice wide stance, wide enough that your knees don't go over your toes. So tucking the tailbone under a little bit. We're going to take our hands to our thighs here, and we're just going to come down just a little bit and press into the left shoulder, left hand pressing into the inside of the thigh here. Hugging a little into the belly and just rotating that right shoulder back, left shoulder down. When you're ready to take an inhale, come back to center, and we're going to rotate opposite side. Oh man, that feels good today. Getting down into the QL, mid-back. That feels good. Let's do that one more time each side. Taking an inhale to come back to center and exhaling, dropping the shoulder down. Good. Come back to center, and we're just going to do a couple of kind of standing cat-cows here. So rotating the chest down, rounding through the back. Pressing into the soles of the feet, nice and steady in the legs. Let's just do 2 more here. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. One more time. Good. Go ahead and roll yourself all the way up. And we're just going to turn our left toes to the front of the mat. Right toes are going to come back. And we're going to rotate our hips forward. Relax the shoulders down. Bend into that front knee, pressing into that back heel if you can. If your heel is up, that's totally fine. If you have tight calves, chances are the heel isn't going to reach the floor, and that is totally fine. That's a journey we're all on. So when you're ready, take an inhale. Fingertips are going to come to the sky. And when you exhale, right hand's going to swing down, and we're going to move forward with the left hand. So we're going to reach, and then we're going to inhale. Right hand comes back, meets the left. We're going to come back into our warrior one, and then exhale. Left hand down, right hand forward, reaching, reaching, reaching. Left hand's reaching to the back of the mat. And then inhale, left hand comes forward, meets the right. Let's do that one more time on each side. Exhale, right hand goes back towards the back of the mat, reaching forward with the left hand. And inhale, scoop that right hand forward, meets the left. You come back into warrior one. And then exhale, left hand swings down like a pendulum, reaches to the back of the mat. Right hand reaches forward. Pause here. On an inhale, left hand's going to meet the right. So now we're both hands are forward, pressing into the back heel, pressing into the front leg. We're really strong here. One more breath here. We're going to bend into the front knee and straighten out that front leg. So you can come here with a toe on the ground if you'd like. You can reach the toe up a little bit more. You can come into full-blown warrior three if you'd like. I'm just going to hang out here today. We're just going to take 1, 2, finding that breath. And on that third inhale, you're going to draw that knee in, and you're going to give it a gentle hug into the belly. And if you can't do that just yet, that's fine. You can bring the foot down to the ground or just come to your thigh, whatever feels good. And then go ahead, hand relax it down. Woo! Let's go ahead and release our left leg back this time. Same thing. So we want to anchor down that left foot. And if you were teeter-tottering, remember, we want to be on railroad tracks, not a balance beam. So you want your left foot and right foot wide enough from each other that you're not going to weeble wobble. So that's just one thing to look at if your balance feels a little unsteady. All right, coming into our warrior one, lifting the hands to the sky, relaxing the shoulders, and hugging into the belly, relaxing the tailbone a little bit. We don't want to have this incredible arch here. We want to be strong through the center, and we want to be supported by our legs. So when you're ready, take an inhale and exhale. Left hand's going to come down, right hand's going to reach forward. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did on the other side. Reach, 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 finding this awesome line from the fingertips in the front all the way to the foot in the back. And then inhale, left hand's going to sweep up, meet the right. And exhale, right hand sweeps down, left hand reaches forward. Inhale, sweep that right hand forward, lifting the left hand up. You come back into warrior one. Exhale, reach the right hand forward, left hand reaches back. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, last time. Reach it back. Pause here for just a breath. And then go ahead and inhale, right hand forward. So now we're in this long line from the fingertips, both hands all the way to the back heel. See if you can let your left hip sink down just a little bit. And then when you're ready, go ahead and start to lift up that back heel, pressing forward, straighten out that front leg, drawing the toe, back toe to the ground, or you can go ahead and lift it up. Come into warrior three if that pleases you. Remember to connect to the belly, pressing into the sole of the foot. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, softly, slowly draw that left knee into the belly, hugging it in if you can. If not, no worries. Just meet yourself where you are. And relax it down. Ooh, so good. All right, I'm gonna grab my block here. You do not have to, but I like to work with it. So I'm going to take my right foot, cross it over my left. We're going to get into our hamstrings a little bit here. So pressing the soles of the feet down, let's bring the hands to the sky. And exhale, we're going to float it down, forward fold. I'm going to use my block because I've got a little bit of low back tension happening here. And if I lean forward, that's really going to do nothing but irritate my low back. So I want to stay in more of a flat back position. So, but I still want to get into my hamstrings. So I'm pressing into both big toes. And I'm kind of reaching my sits bones back. I can really feel the back of my left leg, my IT band to the right. Just a few more breaths here. You can let your neck relax, let your shoulders relax for sure. Good. So bend into the knees, please, and go ahead and bring your left foot to the outside of the right, so kind of right where you should be if you're in a normal stance. And then find a flat back position, pressing through the crown of the head, reaching through the sits bones, lengthening through the spine. Relax down. This time, inhale, flat back. Fingertips are going to press behind you. So we're in our little fly position here. Flat back, reaching those fingertips back behind. Take an inhale, and we're going to come into chair. Big breath in. Exhale, relax it down. So our weight is in our heels, tailbone is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. We're hugging in through the spine. If it pleases you, you can come on to your toes here. A little extra balance practice today, but you definitely do not have to try it if you're not here. Or, you can do one leg, one foot. Lift one foot, drop the other. We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the heels, forward fold. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Good. So bend into the knees, lower the bottom down, and go ahead and come all the way back up. And we're going to go ahead and do that cross on the other side. So we're just going to cross left foot over right, pressing into the soles of the feet. Fingertips are going to reach on down to your block or all the way down to the floor, depending on your flexibility and how you feel about that today. And just take a couple of breaths here, relaxing the head and the neck. And then when you're ready, bend into those knees and unwind the legs. Come into your flat back position, stretching from the crown of the head to the sits bones. Exhale, release. Inhale, flat back, fingertips behind you, reaching towards the back of the room. Sits bones are spreading towards the back corners of the room. You can rotate your thighs inward, pressing into the big toe. And then when you're ready, take an inhale and roll yourself, float yourself into your chair position. Relaxing that tailbone. Shoulders are relaxed. Hands can be in front if you'd like. They can be up above. Yogi's choice. And again, we're just going to play around with a little balance practice. So you can balance on your toes if that feels good. I love it because it stretches the toes and the backs of the feet, connecting to the belly no matter where you're at. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels if they're up, and exhale, float yourself into your forward fold again. Let your shoulders and your head relax. You can walk the knees a little bit side to side. Bending the knees generously, let's draw ourselves up. Big breath, fingertips to the sky. And exhale, bring those hands to your low back. And we're going to take just a little back bend here. And your fingertips can be up. It just depends on the flexibility of your wrists. I prefer to keep mine down. And we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, lifting through the front body, hugging those elbows towards one another. One more breath. And release. So let's go ahead and come to the back of the mat. We're going to take a big inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, float it down. All the way down, bending the knees. We're going to walk our hands forward until we find a position where we can comfortably come into a downward facing dog. So fingertips are spread out nice and wide, inner wrists pressing to the ground. Inhale, drawing your belly button to your spine, letting the hips reach high. Going to have an outward rotation, an external rotation in your shoulders. So your elbow pits are going to shine forward. You can walk the dog here for a moment if you like. Just walking the heels up and down, getting a nice little deep stretch into the calves. And then pause, pressing the right heel down. We're going to inhale, left heel down. We're going to inhale, right foot up. Yeah, I'll get it right. Rotate through that right toe, the right ankle. We're going to take an inhale here, and we're going to draw the knee towards our nose. Exhale, coming into somewhat of a plank. Inhale, draw that leg back up. Nice big breath in. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, reach it up. And last time, draw it forward. Coming into a nice little forward lunge here. Low lunge. Left hand planted on the ground. Right hand's going to come into the sky. Stretch it out. Rotate through that right wrist. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, right hand down on the inside of the right foot. Turn that back foot down so the arch is on the ground, and inhale, left hand to the sky. Good. We're going to come up into warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, fold it all the way down. Right foot behind us, coming into plank position. Knees can be down if you'd like. Shoulders are hugging back. We're hugging the low ribs into the belly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the elbows, keeping them close, close, close to your side. And take your heels, actually press into your toes and kind of push yourself forward a little. And then lower yourself down to the ground. Good. Take an inhale, draw the head up, find baby cobra, shoulder blades hugging towards each other. Exhale, release. One more time, baby cobra. Good. Exhale, release. Turn those toes under. Make your way to tabletop. And then take just a quick little child's pose here. We're just going to let our hips sink back. Forehead's going to come down to the ground. You can bring the big toes together if you'd like. If you really, really, really want to sink down. And just allow yourself some space, a little silence here. Two more breaths. Just coming back to your space, noticing if the body's talking to you. And then when you're ready, we're going to begin to pull our fingertips away. Turn the toes under, spread those fingertips out wide, and lift yourself back into your downward facing dog. And we find this space in our down dog where we kind of get to look at the world at a different angle, which is kind of fun. And go ahead and walk the dog again. Strong through those arms. And then when you're ready, we're going to anchor down. Right foot this time. Inhale, left foot high. And exhale, draw elbow to nose. Knee to nose. Wow. Inhale. That was a doozy. And exhale. Knee to nose. Last time. Inhale, draw it up. And exhale, drop forward. Find your low lunge. Right hand to the ground. Inhale. Left hand high. And exhale, left hand on the inside of the left foot. Turn the arch of the right foot down to the ground. Inhale, right hand. To the sky. Let's come into our warrior two. Make any adjustments you might need to make. Snuggle on in, checking that front knee, making sure it's aiming towards second and third toe. Look over your left fingertips. Take a nice deep inhale. Find your peaceful warrior. And exhale, float it all the way down. Hands to the mat. Release the left foot back. Find your plank. Whatever feels good to you, knees down or not. For 5, 4, you've got this. You are strong. 2, 1. Elbows in. Press into your toes, pushing your body forward just a little bit. Release yourself down. Relax the toes. Relax the palms behind you. Forehead comes to the ground. Palms are pointed towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders. And we're going to find a locust pose here. So when you're ready, take an inhale. You're going to engage the glutes, the low back. You're going to hug the shoulders into your spine. You're going to relax your tummy. Toes lift up, fingertips lift up, reaching towards the toes. And you have length in your neck. And then exhale, release. Let's do that again, starting from the glutes, because the glutes is that muscle that stabilizes everything. So we fire up the glutes, and then we can start to hug everything else towards the glutes, lifting up the legs, hugging all of the muscles in the back, and exhale, release. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe it in, pull it up. Perfect. Exhale, release, palms beside you. Go ahead and press yourself back up into tabletop. And then one last time, we're going to rest in our child's pose. This time, bring your knees nice and far apart. Sink those hips back, forehead to the mat if you're able, or you can rest them on your hands or a block or a blanket. And just again, find stillness. You might at this point find a little enjoyment in rolling the forehead side to side. It's one of my favorite parts of child's pose. I love giving my third eye a little massage. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and roll up nice and slow. You can walk the hands back towards you. And then just go ahead and sit on one leg. We're going to rotate the feet all the way in front of us. We're going to go ahead and come on to our back. We're going to let the left leg out long. We're going to hug the right leg in. Go ahead and rotate through that ankle, relax the shoulders. You can rock the head from side to side for a moment here. And then come to pause in the center and engaging into the belly again. And we want our low back to connect gently to the ground. And we're going to lift the head and the shoulders. Almost like we're coming towards our knee. Remember, shoulders are relaxed. Now, if you like, go ahead and lift up that left leg a couple inches. All right, we're going to find a little movement here. Staying connected in that core. You're going to switch the legs. So a little yogi bicycle here, and we're just going to pause with the right leg extended. Maybe it's above the ground. If it's too much, go ahead and lower it. Shoulders and head are still lifted, engaged in the belly, and then we're going to switch again. So let's find a movement here with our breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slow and mindful, connecting to the muscles as we connect to our movement. Let's just do a few more here. So we began with the right, we're going to end on the right. So go ahead and bring that right knee in for the last time, wherever you are. You can relax that back leg down, relax the head down. And let's just take our hand, fingertips to the inside of the leg and just open the leg out. Just kind of let it float out to the side. Relaxing through the shoulder again. And then bring it back through center. And this time we're going to go ahead and roll over onto our left side. So taking your hip and scooting it towards the right side of the mat, you're going to go ahead and rotate your right leg. And I'm going to use a block to support mine with. If your knee comes all the way down to the ground, awesome. I'm just kind of watching my low back here. So if you feel you need to, you can as well. And then open up nice and wide through the chest. Maybe the arms come into cactus arms. And you can close your eyes here. We'll be here for about a minute. And just kind of feel into all the nuances happening in the body right now. Notice if you're holding any tightness anywhere, maybe in that lower leg, maybe through the shoulders. If you need, if your right shoulder isn't touching the ground, you can put a blanket underneath it for a little extra support. Perfect. You can start to find a little bit of movement, and then very slowly go ahead and make your way back to center. Let's hug our knees in. You can draw the chin up, maybe if that feels good. And this time we're going to release the right leg out, hugging the left leg in, and we're going to do our bicycles one more time. So engage into the belly and lift the shoulders and the neck. And then if you'd like, you can go ahead and take another step in this process by lifting up the right leg, just letting it hover, connecting into that core, letting the low back press against the ground. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and shift. So right leg forward, left leg out, and just pause for a moment. We're just feeling in, checking in the spaces that need a little extra attention. And then let's breathe. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale as you start the movement, exhale as you end. So we're not going fast, nice and slow here. I don't know if you guys remember when the bicycle, like for your abs, was very in vogue back in the late 80s, early 90s. I used to have a 7 days to a flatter stomach from Richard Simmons, and he was all about the bicycle. Okay, so wherever you are, we're going to end up pausing with the left knee in, right leg out. And then once you get there, go ahead and relax the leg down, relax the neck and shoulders. You can rotate the neck if that feels good for just a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and shift into our twist. So shifting our right hip to the left side of the mat, rotating left knee down to the ground or a block or blanket, and then opening up through the chest. I'm going to offer up my left arm a little bit of support here. I'm not quite as flexible on this side, so my shoulder's not reaching the ground. And I want to relax. I don't want to feel like I'm just kind of free floating out there. Like I don't want any tension. So do whatever you can to make yourself comfortable. It's not a race. There's no perfect way to be. We just want to be with our body and with our breath. Giving it a little love. Wringing out our organs here. Helps with digestion. Lots of good stuff going on right now. Oh no. I don't know if you can hear it, but my neighbor's cat is on our porch and my cat is having a fit in the sunroom. Take a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly draw ourselves back. Mm-hmm. You okay? Oh no. Bring those knees in. So go ahead and release the legs out in front of you, nice and long. And we're gonna take a big fat stretch. So clasp your hands together, press those palms out and stretch, stretch, stretch from the fingertips all the way to the toes. And I really love to engage all of my muscles here, every single muscle in my body, from the forearms, the biceps, the triceps, my ribs, my back, belly, legs, toes, spread the toes. Big breath in and relax it out. All right, my friends, please find your most comfortable Shavasana. If you'd like, if your back is feeling a little tender from the twists, you can put a blanket underneath your knees. That'll help ease the tension in the low back. You can put a blanket underneath the head. And just come to this space. Maybe the hands rest on the belly. You know, if you're ever in a stressful position, it can always be super helpful to rest a hand on the belly or a hand on the heart and just connect to your breath. It helps me when I can place my hands on my belly to really allow the rest of my body as I exhale to release. It's almost like I've wrung my body out and now it's just like, oh, the rag is unfolding. The sponge is unfolding. And I have this permission to just be. No judgments, no worries. Letting the skin around the eyes and the forehead relax. Letting the cheeks and the jaw succumb to gravity. Shoulders relax down. Arms become heavy. Breath is soft and light. As the legs release any tension, the knees and the toes are able to fall out into the most comfortable space. Coming into this most important space, the one that you hold for yourself. Even when it seems that everybody else has their own thing going on, you can always come back and just hold yourself in this space. Know that all is well. Everything is just a cycle. And all will be as it's supposed to be. We'll drive by kitty. If you'd like, I invite you to stay right where you are. You can rest for as long as you need. If you need to get on with your day, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate the wrists and ankles, rock the head gently from side to side. Go ahead and roll to one side. And just set yourself up for a couple of breaths, resting your head on your arm. And then when you're ready, find the ground with the left hand and gently press yourself up. And then make your way into a seated position. Thank you so much for being a part of my day. Please bring the hands together at heart space in Anjali Mudra. Bowing the chin towards the fingertips in honor of yourself, in honor of your practice. Thank you so much for showing up today. Namaste.